My best friend was sobbing in my living room at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. My best friend since kindergarten, Jake, the guy who taught me to ride a bike, who was best man at my wedding, who I'd trust with my life, and he was crying so hard he could barely breathe. I'd seen Jake cry exactly twice before. Once when his mom died, once when the Broncos won the Super Bowl. This was different. This was the sound of something broken. Marcus, I can't do this anymore. His voice cracked. I can't. I looked at him. Really looked. Jake was always the strong one. The 6'2" college linebacker who became a firefighter. The guy who ran into burning buildings for a living. And right now he looked like a scared kid. That's when I noticed his hands. The knuckles were split. Fresh blood, still wet. And on his forearm, partially hidden by his sleeve, I saw what looked like teeth marks. Human teeth marks. Jake, what the hell happened? He pulled his sleeve down fast. Too fast. Nothing. I'm fine. I shouldn't have come here. Rachel's probably worried. Rachel, his wife of 4 years. The sweet kindergarten teacher everyone loved. The woman who baked cookies for the fire station every month. The woman who volunteered at the animal shelter and had the warmest smile I'd ever seen. Jake. I sat down next to him. Talked to me. He was quiet for a long time. Then, barely a whisper, if I tell you, she'll kill me. I'm not being dramatic. Marcus, she's told me exactly that. If you tell anyone, I will kill you. My stomach dropped. Rachel said that. You don't understand. Nobody would understand. He stood up, pacing. I'm a firefighter. I'm 6'2", 220. She's 5'4", maybe 110 pounds. Who the hell would believe me? Believe what? He finally stopped pacing. Looked at me. And I saw something in his eyes I'd never seen before. Fear. Pure. Animal. Fear. She's been hitting me for 2 years. The words hung in the air. I wanted to say something, but my brain couldn't process it. Rachel? Sweet Rachel, who cried at Disney movies? Jake pulled up his sleeve. The teeth marks I'd seen were part of a larger bruise. Purple and yellow, clearly days old. He lifted his shirt. More bruises across his ribs. Some fresh, some fading. A pattern. A timeline of violence. 2 years? My voice didn't sound like mine. It started small. She'd slap me during arguments. I thought it was just, I don't know, heat of the moment. Then she started throwing things. Plates, glasses, whatever was nearby. Then punches. Then worse. He pulled his collar aside. 3 parallel scratches ran down his neck. These are from last night. She came at me with her nails when I forgot to pick up her prescription. Jake, you need to call the police. And tell them what? My wife beats me? Marcus? I tried. 6 months ago, I called. The cop who showed up took one look at me, one look at Rachel crying about how stressed she was, and told me to maybe spend the night at a friend's place. He gave me a look like I was wasting his time, like I was pathetic. This is insane. You don't think I know that? You don't think I feel like the biggest coward on the planet? I run into fires, Marcus. I've saved people from car crashes. But I can't stop my 110-pound wife from beating the shit out of me because if I defend myself, if I so much as grab her wrists to stop her, she screams that I'm hurting her. And I know that if anyone saw that, I'd be the one arrested. I'd lose my job, my reputation, everything. I sat there, trying to process this. Jake, who'd been my hero growing up. Jake, who everyone looked up to. Jake, who was curled up on my couch looking like he wanted to disappear. Where is she now? Book club. She goes every Tuesday. That's why I came tonight. It's the only night I know where she'll be for sure. He checked his phone. Anxiety flashing across his face. I need to get back before she does. If she knows I was here, if she knows I told you, you're not going back there. Marcus, you don't get it. She's not some cartoon villain. Tomorrow morning she'll wake up, make me pancakes, apologize, tell me she loves me. She'll cry and say she doesn't know why she gets like that it's stress from work, that she'll get help. And I want to believe her because I married her, because I love her, because some days she's the woman I fell in love with. And the other days? He didn't answer. Didn't need to. How bad does it get? Jake was quiet for a moment. Then, 3 weeks ago, I was cooking dinner. I accidentally burned the chicken. She grabbed the pan off the stove and swung it at my head. I ducked, but the hot oil splashed my shoulder. He pulled down his collar on the other side. A burn mark, still healing, the size of a golf ball. I told the guys at the station I spilled coffee. Jesus Christ. Last month, she pushed me down the stairs, sprained my ankle, told the guys I tripped during a call. He laughed, but there was no humor in it. I'm running out of excuses, running out of places to hide bruises. You need to document this. Photos, medical records, something. And then what? File for divorce. She's already threatened that if I ever try to leave, she'll tell everyone I hit her. She'll take pictures of the tiniest bruise, say I did it. Who are they going to believe? The sweet kindergarten teacher, or the guy who's twice her size? He had a point. A horrifying point. She's got everyone fooled, Jake continued. Her parents think I'm the problem. They've told her she's too good for me. Our friends think we're the perfect couple. At the fire station barbecue last month, one of the guys said he wished his wife was as sweet as Rachel. I wanted to scream. I looked at my best friend, this man who'd been suffering in silence for 2 years, and I felt rage building in my chest. Not at Jake, at Rachel, at the system that failed him, at everyone who'd ever made him feel like his abuse didn't matter because of his gender. You can stay here, I said. Tonight. As long as you need. I can't. She'll know something's wrong. She tracks my location on my phone. If she sees I'm here past 11, she'll blow up. She tracks your location? Says it's for safety. In case something happens at work. Another hollow laugh. Everything's for safety with her. Jake, this is insane. You know that, right? Of course I know that. His voice rose, then dropped. Sorry. Every day I wake up not knowing if it's going to be good Rachel or bad Rachel. I walk on eggshells in my own house. I've started working extra shifts just to avoid being home, and I hate myself for it. I hate that I'm scared of my own wife. My phone buzzed. Text from my wife, Sarah, asking if everything was okay. She'd gone to bed an hour ago, but must have heard voices. Jake's here, I texted back. We need to talk. Might be a while. Is everything okay? I'll explain later. I looked at Jake, at this broken version of my best friend, and something clicked in my brain. A crazy idea. A stupid idea, but maybe the only idea that would work. What if you had proof? I said. I told you, I tried. No, I mean real proof. Video evidence, documentation that couldn't be denied or explained away. How? She'll never let me record her, and if I set up cameras, she'll find them. She goes through my stuff all the time. Phone, computer, everything. What if it wasn't you? He looked at me, confused. What if someone else was there? Someone who could witness it, document it, someone she wouldn't suspect. Marcus, I can't ask you to. I'm not suggesting me. I leaned forward. I'm suggesting someone she already knows. Someone who's around all the time. Someone who could set up cameras, who could document everything, who could get the evidence you need. Who? You have a brother, right? Yeah, Tyler. He lives in Denver. Why? Could he take a week off work? Jake stared at me. What are you thinking? I'm thinking Rachel needs to believe everything's normal. That you're still under her control. But what if, for 1 week, you switched places with Tyler? You stay somewhere safe, document your injuries, build your case. Tyler stays at your place, acts like you, and deals with Rachel. That's insane. Is it? You and Tyler look similar, right? Similar, yeah, but we're not identical. Rachel would know. Would she? When's the last time she really looked at you, Jake? I mean, really looked, not just to find something to criticize? He went quiet. You work different shifts, I continued, thinking it through. Sometimes you come home in the dark, exhausted, go straight to bed. If Tyler learned your routine, your mannerisms, kept his distance when necessary, it could work, just for a week. Just long enough to get video evidence of what she does when she's angry. This is crazy. You know what's crazy? You going back to that house tonight. You going back to someone who burns you with hot oil and threatens to kill you if you tell anyone. That's crazy. Jake put his head in his hands. Tyler would never agree to this. Have you asked him? Have you told him what's happening? No, I haven't told anyone. Just you. Tonight, call him. Marcus, call him. Right now. Jake stared at his phone for a long moment. Then he dialed. It rang 4 times. Then, Jake, it's 11:30 on a Tuesday. This better be good. Tyler, I need your help. Jake's voice cracked. I need your help and I don't know who else to ask. What's wrong? Are you okay? No. I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for a long time. I watched Jake tell his brother everything. The hits, the burns, the threats, the fear. Tyler was silent at first. Then his voice came through the speaker, tight with anger. I'm driving down right now. Tyler, it's a 3-hour drive. I don't give a shit. I'm already grabbing my keys. You're my brother, Jake. You should have told me. You should have told me 2 years ago. I was ashamed. Ashamed? Jake, you're a victim. There's no shame in that. There's only shame on that psycho you married. They talked logistics. Tyler could take a week off. He was a project manager, working mostly remote anyway. He could do it. Walk me through your routine, Tyler said. Everything. I need to be able to pass as you. For the next hour, we planned Jake's schedule, his mannerisms, his relationship with Rachel. Where he kept things, what he said, how he acted. Tyler took notes, asked questions, clarified details. The cameras, I said. We need to set those up before you swap. I know a guy, Tyler said through the phone. Security consultant, works with domestic violence cases. He'll do it discreetly, legally. We'll get multiple angles, audio, everything. It has to be legal, Jake insisted. If we're doing this, I want it admissible in court. It will be. Colorado's a one-party consent state. As long as one person in the conversation knows they're being recorded, it's legal. And Tyler will know. We worked out the timeline. Tomorrow was Wednesday. Jake had a shift at the station until Friday morning. Perfect. That gave us time to set up cameras, brief Tyler properly, make the switch. Friday at 6 a.m., Tyler said. I'll come to Marcus's place. We'll switch clothes, you give me your truck keys, your phone, everything. Then you disappear for a week. Go to my place in Denver. Don't contact anyone. Just rest and let me handle this. Tyler, if she figures it out, she won't. We look enough alike, especially if I'm tired from a shift, haven't shaved, keep the lights low. And honestly, Jake, from what you've described, she's not going to be looking that closely. She's going to be looking for a victim. And she's going to find someone who fights back. Don't defend yourself, Jake said quickly. If you hurt her, I won't touch her. That's not the point. The point is to document, to catch her in the act, to get the proof you need that this is a pattern, that this is real, that you're not making it up or exaggerating. Jake was crying again, but different this time. Relief, maybe. Or hope. Thank you. God, thank you. You're my brother. This is what brothers do. They hung up. Jake looked at me, exhausted but somehow lighter than when he'd arrived. This is really happening? Yeah, I said. This is really happening. What if it doesn't work? Then we try something else. But Jake, doing nothing? That's not an option anymore. You know that, right? He nodded slowly. You're staying here tonight, I said. It wasn't a question. Rachel, text her. Tell her you got called in for an emergency shift. Tell her you'll see her Friday after work. That gives us 2 days to set up cameras, prep Tyler, and make sure this plan is solid. Jake sent the text. We watched the 3 dots appear as Rachel typed back. Okay, baby. Be safe. Love you. Jake stared at the message. How does she do that? How does she sound so normal? Because she's good at hiding it. Just like she's made you good at hiding it. Sarah came downstairs, saw Jake's face, saw the bruises he'd stopped hiding. She didn't say anything, just went to the kitchen and made tea. When she came back, she put the mug in Jake's hands and said, You're safe here. As long as you need. That night, Jake slept in our guest room. I lay awake, thinking about the plan, about the risks, about what we were about to do, but mostly, I thought about my best friend, the strongest person I knew, and how 2 years of abuse had nearly destroyed him. And I thought about how many other people were going through the same thing, suffering in silence because society tells them their pain doesn't count. Not anymore. Not on my watch. Friday morning, 5:30 a.m., Tyler arrived. He and Jake looked similar enough to be brothers, obviously, but not identical. Tyler was slightly shorter, his hair a bit darker, his build a little less muscular. But in the dim light of early morning, tired and unshaven, wearing Jake's clothes. Clothes enough. The security guy had installed cameras Wednesday night. 4 of them. Living room, kitchen, bedroom, hallway. hidden in smoke detectors, picture frames, a clock, all recording to a cloud server. So even if Rachel found them, the footage was already saved. Remember, Jake told his brother, she's sweetest in the morning, makes breakfast, lots of affection. It's when things don't go her way that she changes. If dinner's not ready when she gets home, if the house isn't clean enough, if I say the wrong thing. What's the wrong thing? Anything. Everything. It changes based on her mood. Tyler and I exchanged a look. This was worse than we thought. Last night, she texted asking what I wanted for dinner Friday. Jake continued. I said anything was fine. She's making pot roast, her mom's recipe. She'll expect you to love it. And if I don't, then smile and say you love it anyway. That's what I do. They went over everything again. Jake's phone password, his truck quirks, his routine at home, how he folded laundry, where he put his keys, what side of the bed he slept on. She'll want sex, Jake said quietly. Friday nights, usually. Tyler went pale. Jake, I can't. I know. Say you're exhausted from the shift. Say your back hurts. That usually works. She'll be annoyed, but she won't push it. Usually. And if she does? Then. Jake trailed off. Just try to avoid it, please. We finished the briefing at 6:15. Jake gave Tyler his wedding ring, watch, wallet. They hugged, and I saw Tyler whisper something to Jake. Jake nodded, tears in his eyes again. Then Tyler left in Jake's truck, heading to the house where Rachel thought her husband was coming home from a shift, and Jake collapsed on my couch, looking hollowed out. What did Tyler say to you? I asked. He said, I'm going to get you out of this. I promise. The first 2 days were quiet. Tyler sent updates every few hours. Rachel was being good Rachel. Made breakfast Friday morning, kissed him when he came home, asked about his shift. Everything normal, too normal. She's cycling, Jake said, reading the texts. This is how it always starts. A few days of perfect wife behavior. Then something triggers her and it all falls apart. What triggers her? Who knows? Me breathing wrong. Me looking at my phone too long. Me existing. Saturday morning, Tyler texted. She asked why I was being quiet. Said I seemed distant. Had to play it off as being tired. She's watching me more carefully. He needs to be careful, Jake said. Anxiety rising. If she suspects something, he knows. He's prepared. Sunday. Still quiet. Rachel took Tyler to church, had brunch with her parents. Tyler played the role perfectly. Even managed small talk with Rachel's dad about the Broncos game. Her dad loves me, Jake said bitterly. Told me I'm the son he never had. Doesn't know his daughter uses me as a punching bag. Monday morning, things shifted. Tyler texted. She's irritated. Asked why I didn't clean the bathroom, like she asked. I didn't know she'd ask. Playing dumb. Saying I forgot. She's giving me the cold shoulder. Here we go, Jake muttered. Monday night. She threw a plate at dinner. Said the chicken was dry. It hit the wall next to my head. Got it on camera. She's screaming about how useless I am. Is he okay? Sarah asked, reading over my shoulder. He's trained for this, I said, hoping I was right. Tuesday. The texts came rapid fire. She shoved me this morning. Called me a lazy piece of shit. Locked me out of the bedroom last night. I slept on the couch. She dumped my coffee on me. Said I deserved it for forgetting her dry cleaning. Jake was pacing, reading each message, looking like he wanted to pull Tyler out immediately. He's getting the evidence, I reminded him. This is what we needed. I know. It just, seeing it from the outside, knowing someone else is going through what I went through. Tuesday night, Tyler called instead of texting. I put it on speaker. It's bad tonight, he said. Voice low. She came home from work in a mood. One of her students apparently misbehaved, and she's taking it out on me. She's been screaming for an hour, through a lamp. It shattered. I'm hiding in the garage right now. Did you get it on camera? All of it. Everything. The name she called me. The things she threw. Her kicking the door when I tried to leave the room. It's all documented. Are you safe? For now. I told her I needed to check something in the garage. She's inside, probably breaking more stuff. We heard a crash through the phone. Tyler swore. That sounded like the TV, he said. Get out of there, Jake said. Tyler, just leave. This isn't worth it. I'm fine. One more day. Tomorrow's Wednesday. You said she's usually calmer midweek. Usually doesn't mean always. I can handle one more day. We need a strong pattern for court. 1 week of documented abuse. That's what the lawyer said would be most convincing. Another crash. Then we heard Rachel's voice, muffled but angry. Jake. Where the hell are you? I have to go, Tyler whispered. I'll text when I can. He hung up. Jake looked like he was going to be sick. We're pulling him out, he said. Jake. No, this was a stupid idea. I should never have let him do this. What if she really hurts him? Tyler's smart. He knows when to walk away. So did I. And look where that got me. Fair point. We didn't hear from Tyler for 3 hours. Jake nearly drove to the house twice. Sarah had to physically stop him. Finally, at 11 p.m., a text, I'm okay. She calmed down, apologized, crying now, saying she doesn't know why she gets like that. It's textbook manipulation. Got that on camera too. Going to bed. Jake slept maybe 2 hours that night. Wednesday morning, Tyler texted. She made pancakes. Acting like last night didn't happen. Kissed me goodbye, told me she loves me. I feel sick. One more day, I told Jake. He can do one more day. Wednesday was eerily calm. Rachel came home on time, made dinner, asked about Tyler's day at the station. They watched TV together. Normal married couple behavior. She's resetting, Jake explained. After a big episode, she goes back to being perfect for a bit. It's part of the cycle. Makes you think maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe you were overreacting. Maybe she's really trying to change. And then something sets her off again and it starts over. Thursday, the final day. Tyler texted at 8 a.m. She found a camera. My heart stopped. Which one? I texted back immediately. The one in the bedroom. It was partially visible behind the picture frame. She's holding it right now, asking what it is. What did you say? I said, I don't know. That maybe it was there when we moved in? She's not buying it. She's getting paranoid. Jake grabbed the phone from me. Tyler, get out. Right now, leave the house. She's blocking the door. Then go out a window. I don't care. Get out of there. Wait. She's calling someone. Her dad, I think. We waited. Every second felt like an hour. Okay. False alarm. She showed her dad the camera. He said it might be from a previous tenant or a security system. Told her to just throw it away. She calmed down. Crisis averted. Tyler, Jake typed, please. Just come home. We have enough. Tonight. I'll leave tonight after she goes to bed. We have enough evidence. More than enough. That evening, Tyler sent photos. Screenshots from the camera footage. Rachel screaming, throwing things, hitting, scratching. Her face twisted in rage, completely unrecognizable from the sweet teacher everyone knew. And mixed in, the morning afters, her making breakfast, smiling, being affectionate, the cycle, fully documented. This is it, Jake said, looking at the evidence. This is what I needed. At midnight, Tyler texted. She's asleep. I'm leaving now. See you soon. He arrived at my place at 12:45 a.m., looking exhausted. Jake hugged him immediately, both of them silent. I'm so sorry, Jake finally said. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Don't apologize. I got what we needed. I got the proof. Tyler pulled out a flash drive. Everything's here. Plus the cloud backup. A full week of documentation showing the pattern of abuse, the manipulation, the violence. No judge can ignore this. We sat down, and Tyler walked us through what he'd experienced. The emotional whiplash, the walking on eggshells, the never knowing which Rachel he'd wake up to. I've been trained in crisis situations, Tyler said. I've handled negotiations with difficult clients, high-pressure deadlines, impossible demands, and this was harder than all of that. Because it's psychological. She gets in your head, makes you doubt yourself. By day 3, I was questioning if I was doing something wrong. If I was the problem. That's what she does, Jake said quietly. That's what she's been doing to me for 2 years. How did you survive it? Tyler asked. Seriously, how did you live like that for 2 years without breaking? I did break. That's why I showed up at Marcus's place that night, Friday morning, we met with a lawyer, a good one, who specialized in domestic violence cases. She watched the footage, looked at the documentation, examined Jake's injuries. "This is one of the clearest cases I've seen," she said. "The pattern is undeniable. The evidence is overwhelming. We can file for divorce and a restraining order simultaneously. Given the video evidence, I'm confident we'll get the restraining order approved within days." "What about pressing charges?" I asked. "That's Jake's decision. We have enough for assault charges, potentially domestic violence charges. The DA would likely be interested in this case, especially with this much documentation." Jake looked at the photos again, at the bruises, the burns, the scratches, at the fear in his own eyes that he'd hidden for so long. "I want to press charges," he said, "not for revenge, but because if I don't, she'll do this to someone else. The next guy who's kind enough, or weak enough, or in love enough to put up with it. I can't let that happen." The lawyer nodded. "I'll contact the DA's office." We filed everything that afternoon. Divorce papers, restraining order petition, assault charges. All of it backed by a week's worth of video evidence showing Rachel's repeated, documented abuse. The restraining order was approved Monday morning. A sheriff's deputy served it to Rachel at the elementary school where she taught. According to the deputy, she cried, said it was all a misunderstanding, that Jake was confused, that she'd never hurt anyone. The deputy had seen the video footage. He didn't buy it. Tuesday, the DA filed formal charges. Assault, domestic violence, terroristic threats. 3 counts of each, based on the documented incidents. Rachel's lawyer tried to claim the videos were fake, that Tyler had provoked her, that this was all a setup. But the footage was clear. Multiple angles, multiple days, showing Rachel initiating violence against someone she believed was her husband. Someone who was trying to de-escalate, who was trying to avoid confrontation, who was clearly a victim. The case went to trial 4 months later. I testified about the night Jake showed up at my door. Tyler testified about his week undercover. The security consultant testified about the cameras, the legality, the chain of custody for the evidence. And Jake testified. He told his story, the whole thing, holding nothing back. The years of abuse, the fear, the shame, the times he'd considered suicide because he couldn't see another way out. The isolation of being a male victim, of knowing no one would believe him. The courtroom was silent. Rachel's defense was that she had anger management issues, that she was under stress, that she never meant to hurt anyone. Her lawyer painted her as the real victim, a woman under so much pressure that she sometimes lashed out. The jury watched the videos. All of them. A week's worth of footage showing Rachel's pattern of abuse. The violence, the manipulation, the cycle of rage and apology. They deliberated for 3 hours. Guilty on all counts. Rachel got 18 months, suspended to probation, mandatory anger management, and a permanent protective order. She lost her teaching license. Her name went on a domestic violence offender registry. Jake got his life back. The divorce was finalized 6 months after the trial. Jake kept the house, the truck, his pension. Rachel got nothing but her clothes and her car. A year later, Jake and I were having coffee. He looked different, lighter. The fear that had lived in his eyes for so long was gone. "I got a call last week," he said, "from a guy in Seattle. He saw the news coverage of my case. Turns out, Rachel dated him before me. He said she did the same thing to him, but he never reported it because he thought no one would believe him. Damn. He's filing a report now, using my case as precedent, showing that male victims can be believed, can get justice. That's huge." "Yeah," Jake smiled. "It was genuine. Tyler's actually starting a nonprofit support group for male domestic violence victims, helping them document abuse, find lawyers, understand their rights. He's calling it Second Chance. That's perfect. I'm helping, talking to other guys going through what I went through, telling them they're not alone, that it's not their fault, that they deserve better." We sat in comfortable silence for a moment. "I never thanked you properly," Jake said, "for believing me, for not questioning me, for helping me plan something crazy when I needed it most. You're my best friend. That's what friends do. Still, thank you. You saved my life. Marcus, you and Tyler." If you hadn't pushed me to do something, to get evidence, to fight back, I don't think I'd be here right now. I didn't know what to say to that. So I just nodded. How's Rachel? I asked. Don't know. Don't care. She's not allowed to contact me. I'm not allowed to contact her. Heard through friends that she moved back to Ohio with her parents. Hopefully getting the help she needs. And you? You getting help? Therapy twice a week. It helps. I'm learning how to trust again, how to not flinch when someone raises their voice, how to believe I deserve good things. You do. You know that, right? I'm starting to. We finished our coffee. As we left, Jake stopped. One more thing. I'm seeing someone. Her name's Amy. She's a paramedic. We met at a support group meeting. Jake, that's great. It's slow, really slow. I'm taking my time, making sure I'm actually ready, making sure she understands what I've been through. But it's good. She's patient. She gets it. I'm happy for you, man. Me too. For the first time in years, I'm actually happy. That night, I told Sarah about the conversation, about Jake's progress, about the nonprofit, about Amy. You did a good thing, she said, helping him like that. We did a good thing, I corrected. You let him stay here, supported him, never questioned him. Of course. He's family. I thought about that. About family. About the people who show up when you need them. About the courage it takes to ask for help. About the strength it takes to survive. And I thought about all the people out there, right now, suffering like Jake did, trapped in relationships with people who hurt them, believing no one will listen, no one will care, no one will believe them. To them, I'd say this: you're not alone. Your pain is real. Your experience matters. And there are people who will believe you, who will help you, who will fight for you. You just have to be brave enough to tell your story. Because sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is admit you need help. And sometimes, the most important thing you can do is believe someone when they tell you they're in pain. Even if they don't look like the victim you'd expect. Especially then,